Alright, so we're doing this a little bit different for this episode of Idiocracy. So there's been one of my favorite video games has gotten a new movie. And that is
Emergence.
but fuck you, you threw me off. But fucking Dynasty Warriors has a new movie that's came out, and it's on Netflix and everything. And we just thought we'd just bullshit about the movie for a couple of minutes, and
Yeah.
essentially, I guess we'll start out with saying we're huge Dynasty Warriors fans. I think when did we start playing?
Probably like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, at least when Dynasty Warriors 4 and 3 were out, because that was the first two we played, and we fucking loved the series since. So when we heard a movie was coming out, we were like, oh fuck yeah! But it got delayed for 2 years.
Yeah. I think it was
Something-
2019. It was supposed to come out.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out, but thanks to the great bug that fucked everyone in the boom hole, known as COVID, it didn't come out on time. So, but now it is out, and it's on Netflix, which is really good. And it had a budget. What was it? 20 million? 20 billion?
No, I think it was like 200 million if
Yeah,
I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, so they had this huge budget for it and everything. So we were like really excited to see it, and we got a sneak peek at some of the costumes, which the costume designs we'll get onto, but like every time we got a sneak peek of it, me and him were like, oh fuck yeah, and it's finally here.
300 million Hong Kong. That's their budget.
Well, whatever that translates to in fucking American, I'll put that up on the fucking screen. But anyways, I guess we'll start out with the beginning of the movie. The first person you actually see is Dong Zhuo slicing through yellow turbans, and it's like, and he's being a badass too. Like he's all fucking.
Oh, he is tearing shit up.
Oh yeah, I'm like at one point he's like, as he breaks someone's spear, grabs that shit and throws it into some dude on a horse. It was like really badass, but it was like, okay, Dong Zhuo first, and then it showed Zhang Jiao, and he was, again, the costume designs for Zhang Jiao and Dong Zhuo. I think the actor who they got as Dong Zhuo was fucking perfect. The guy who played Zhang Jiao was I thought he was weird looking.
Oh yeah, he.
Well, yeah, we'll be saying that a lot, but
Yeah, you'll get that a lot. This dude looked like a fucking weirdo.
Right, like, but Zhang Jiao wasn't the best looking, but I don't know, like, they were fucking, best way to put it, like, instead of, like, the Phantom Soldiers, they actually had, like, zombies and shit, and, like, some undead fucking zombies and shit, but that's when, Liu Bei and Zhang Fei and, Guan Yu show up, and the first thing me and Ben said when we saw the three was, Guan Yu was way too scrawny. Like, the dude they got to play. I thought Zhang Fei was alright.
Yeah, I mean, he progressed through the movie, I feel like.
I don't know if he got fatter during the movie, but it kind of seemed like he got fatter during the movie.
Yeah.
But it showed those three, and we thought the costume designs were actually really good. I like the costume designs, like.
And I thought Liu Bei looked great.
Yeah, Liu Bei looked great. Like Liu Bei, like. That was the best looking Liu Bei ever. And, like, basically it shows them just, like, whooping fucking ass. Like, Guan Yu basically hits a Busu, and they hit all, like, this cool magical stuff. And, like, it is fucking
It's Dynasty
awesome.
Warriors as shit.
Oh, yeah, like, and this is something I'm gonna point out. This is, like, one of the only scenes Zhang Fei does something.
Yeah,
Like,
he is pretty useless most of the movie.
yeah, it kind of sucks, because, Zhang Fei is a fucking G.
Hey, maybe they were just trying to make him seem like an alcoholic without having him drink.
There you go. In other words, useless. But yeah, so that first scene happens, and it's like they introduce Liu Bei and Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, and then it cuts to Cao Cao, who, in my opinion, this sounds so weird to say, but he's way too handsome of a man. Like, that fool was just, I immediately said this to
I didn't think
him.
he looked bad.
Ben didn't think he looked bad, but in my opinion, like, Cao Cao at least had to look more menacing, in my opinion. No, this fool just looks so handsome to me, but we didn't get to see him in his Cao Cao costume for a while, but, like, I thought he was pretty good. I thought the guy who played Cao Cao was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Cao Cao's part of the story was, like, really good, but it starts out with him in, like, he's arguing with other people, and he's like, I'll go kill Dong Zhuo and stuff like that. And of course, it's, if you know the story, he fails miserably. And it actually leads to this cool ass chase scene with Cao Cao and Lu Bu, which Lu Bu was, I thought Lu Bu, the costume design was amazing. I thought a lot of things about Lu Bu was amazing, but the actor was just not angry enough.
He was just not angry enough, and also, like, at that point in time in Lu Bu's life, Lu Bu was extremely cocky. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, this guy seemed to take it way too, I don't want to say take it way too seriously, but it's like a way too serious Lu Bu to where not angry enough. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't want to say the guy did bad. I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was a menacing Lu Bu. I just didn't think he was Dynasty Warriors Lu Bu.
Yeah.
He seemed to be more methodical too, or whatever. Like, when he basically knows that, because the assassination scene, he knows that Cao Cao tries to kill him. Also, they, like, show off this dagger that's, like, it could cut through any steel, and Dong Zhuo uses it to cut through a mirror. That's the last time you see that dagger.
Oh, yeah.
The dagger is gone.
It cleans that mirror. It slices that mirror clean.
It's a really cool, like, you know, because, like, Cao Cao, like, he attempts to assassinate Dong Zhuo, and he's, like, he has this knife up to him, and then Dong Zhuo wakes up and he's like, here's this gift, and it's like, okay. And then Dong Zhuo's like, thank you, and slices a fucking mirror in half. It's really cool. But then it leads to whatever. Anyways, the chase scene's going on, and me and Ben were sitting there like, okay, who's gonna pop up? Is Shabo Yuan, Shabo Dun, somebody from Wei's gonna pop up. Nobody popped up. There was no Shabo Dun, Shabo Yuan, and that the only, like, I'm not even really spoiling anything. The only actual true person of Wei was Cao Cao. He was the only Wei character that was on there. Like, and it was kind of mind blowing. Like, what the fuck? And then it progressed to him becoming a fugitive, if I'm correct. Like,
yeah, becoming a fugitive with he had to just keep running from town to town. They eventually,
well, like, he was like injured or something, and the people who were taking care of him sold him off. I mean, not sold him off, but you know.
Pretty much to get the bounty on his head.
Yeah.
And then Chen Gong showed him mercy because he said he wanted to get rid of that tyrant.
And he's like, I want to work for you. He basically said you're basically the hero or whatever, and I guess you could say Chen Gong, but I don't consider Chen Gong a fucking Wei character. I consider him
all of but one fucking level.
Yeah, like Lu Bu's freaking strategist, what I consider Chen Gong.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they have this scene where like this is where it gets a little weird. It was kind of like being historically accurate and but also not historically accurate. It was kind of like following this weird timeline of Dynasty Warriors, the Romance of the Three Kingdom books, and then what was historically happened. Again, like it kind of this weird kind of timeline thing, because again, this doesn't happen in any Dynasty Warriors game. Cao Cao kills like his dad's sworn brother, like they're sworn brothers, like Liu Bei and Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, and he just kills that guy and like murders his whole family. Yeah, it's a pretty like brutal scene, like, but it also like it was kind of like I was kind of like scratching my head during this. I'm like, this isn't in Dynasty Warriors. Is this a Dynasty Warriors movie, or is this a historical movie? They did have those issues with that where it was a little confusing.
And it had fucking first movie fucking syndrome.
Oh
really
god,
bad.
yeah. Like essentially, I believe they plan to do sequels for this, which I don't blame them.
I hope.
Right.
I know there's other people who didn't like it, but
oh yeah, I thought
those are the people who probably didn't expect it to be Dynasty Warriors as fuck.
Well, like, there you go. There was a lot of Dynasty Warriors part. They also had this god, like, oh yeah, this is where we find all this stuff about Cao Cao, because a god shows Liu Bei and his
what
brothers.
Was her name? The Gatekeeper?
Something like that. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
Gatekeeper,
I'll put it whatever her name was on the fucking screen. But like, yeah. Anyways, they meet this god person, and it explains how they get these legendary weapons. Which the weapon designs were really cool. They were actually like the Dynasty fucking Warriors weapons. They were like super fucking dope. Like, it was just really fucking cool to see that shit. But then
That was sick.
but then also, like, at the end of this like flashback scene with Cao Cao or whatever, it shows Cao Cao in the armor and stuff, and it was like a direct like rip from Dynasty Warriors 8. Like the armor from Dynasty Warriors 8 was the armor they fucking used, and it was fucking awesome to see. Like I thought it was so cool, and then like and his sword, it was the same sword from Dynasty Warriors 8. Every like Liu Bei, all the weapons were basically Dynasty Warriors 8 weapons, like their ultimate weapons. It was so fucking cool to see.
Oh, they were sick.
Oh yeah, it was like the green dragon was cool to see. It was really fucking dope, right? But like after this, they go to the meet with the guys to stop Dong Zhuo and shit like that.
And it's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, like the scene itself's pretty cool because
it's the Master of the Sword Forge.
Master of the Sword Forge is the goddess bitch we were talking about earlier. But anyways, like they get to the scene and it shows all these generals and it shows Yuan Shao, and then this was kind of an insult if you're a Wu fan like us. Wu was barely in the fucking movie.
Yes, Sun Jian, Sun Ce, and Sun Quan had a brief moment.
Right, but Sun Quan was just a little kid, like a little 10-year-old fucking kid in this movie.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like a fucking big deal to this fucking movie. But anyways, they have like this whole scene where it's like this meeting and stuff, and like, anyways, everybody's like laughing at fucking, you know, Liu Bei and all them, because like, oh, you're not a real general, and they're like, fuck you, and like, Cao Cao and Sun Jian back up Liu Bei, and they're like, fuck yeah, you know, fuck you guys, these guys are the shit, you're bitches. And like, they get to join the fight or whatever. Then it gets to the best scene in the goddamn movie. Unintentionally, I don't think they meant for this to be the best scene, but Huai Zhang needs to be a permanent character of the Dynasty Warriors series for this. I get he was a DLC character in, Dynasty Warriors 9, but no, he needs to be a permanent fixture thanks to this movie, because he just goes, I'm the best warrior, fuck with me and I'll fuck you up, and he is chopping these fools' heads off, and they are flying, like they're like home runs flying through the air and landing in this, their base is like a cave in the mountain, and it just keeps, the heads just keep landing in there, and then finally it's like, they send out Guan Yu or whatever, and like this is a really badass fight scene in my opinion. I liked it. Like,
yeah.
But it was just hilarious seeing Huai Zhang just fucking boom, there goes a head, there goes a head, there goes a head. But also in this movie they said Huai Zhang's the third strongest of the army, and they're obviously referring to Lu Bu as the first strongest, but they were obviously referring to Zhang Liao as the second strongest, but there was no Zhang Liao in this movie. Like that one broke my fucking brain.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, like, I should point out, Chen Gong and Diao Chan, they were just like regular fucking like basic characters. They didn't even have they didn't even have their costumes or anything. It was like, what the fuck, you know? Insult to Chen Gong and fucking Diao Chan. Lu Bu's fucking two people. Like, come on. And there was no Zhang Liao. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But then like, honestly, this movie kind of went. This was like a 2-hour movie, but there was not like a shitload of stuff in it, really.
No, not in between that part anyways, after he gets fucking Guan Yu murks him.
Yeah, but like, that's when, it shows actually this really cool sparring scene between, Cao Cao and Liu Bei, which that was pretty cool.
Sick.
But it shows Liu Bei and Cao Cao sparring and stuff, and they're basically talking about their ideals and how they think and all this other stuff, and like, then they come up with a plan that, basically the three brothers of Liu Bei, Zhang Fei and Guan Yu are going to charge at Lu Bu, because again, he's in this movie, he's portrayed as this like lightning god dude who can't be fucked with, like
Thunder God Boo Boo.
Basically, and he has like thunder god powers. It's hilarious and amazing.
And there's like, this is like really does have to do with the fact that he has these lightning powers. But there's a slight part in the last scene where lightning strikes, and I immediately yelled, "There's Lu Bu."
But like, anyways, like, I guess like right now we're talking about the finale of what really happened. So I guess if you don't want spoilers for like the endings and stuff, but it doesn't really matter.
If you've played these games, it's already ruined.
Yeah, basically. But anyway, so Cao Cao, he circles around to get to Luoyang and, you know, stop Dong Zhuo from being Dong Zhuo, and that Liu Bei and his brothers charge Lu Bu from the front. Oh, Sun Jian. We should probably point this out.
Yeah, they almost made it seem like he retreated when he was actually the one who kind of cornered Lu Bu
in real life. In real life, like, but in the Romance of Three Kingdoms, wasn't it the brothers who went after him?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So I guess they were following the Romance of Three Kingdoms in this one, but also in the Romance of Three Kingdoms, Sun Jian was no bitch, and they kind of made Sun Jian seem like a bitch.
Yeah, they made it seem like he retreated for like a good 30,
we thought he
40
retreated,
minutes, and we were just kind of like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden he pops up out of nowhere, just basically like, yeah, I did my job.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah, and I wish they had more scenes of Sun Jian. You know, honestly, I wouldn't have
Because
minded.
they still made him seem like a badass by the end of the time, but they didn't explain any of the fucking why he was a badass.
Hell, they could have made this I wouldn't have minded a 3-hour movie if they would have added some woo stuff into it, but there was no woo stuff.
They at least gave him the gratification of having the Emperor's seal.
And this is the worst part, in my opinion. You know who had the best, like, straight pulled from best looking dude was Sunsa. Sunsa, they found like the perfect.
Sunsa.
Yeah, they found the perfect actor for fucking Sunsa, and they didn't use him. Like, why? Like, it just broke my brain. Like, and Sunsa like is amazing. I fucking love it. Like, why did they have like those scenes? Like, and again, like we said, the only 3 people of Wu are fucking Sun Quan, who's a little kid in this movie, Sun Jian, and Sunsa.
And they have a brief moment where they make Sun Quan seem so much more important than both of them too.
Yeah,
and
it's like he's a kid.
8 years old
he's
at this point.
Fucking kid. Yeah, stupid. Like, but anyway, so no Wu scene. Sorry if that's what you wanted. I thought I'd point that out before we just spoil the ending. But anyway, so this epic fight scene between Guan Yu, Liu Bei, Zhang Bei versus Lu Bu happened. They're fighting and stuff like that, and then like Lu Bu's beating the shit out of him. Like, they were told by the goddess lady that, oh, you need to, the more blood the weapon draws, the more powerful it becomes. And then like Liu Bei's like, oh, what did they say?
Yeah, they truly do some like blood oath shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what about our own blood? And this also didn't make sense to me because she said it was the more people you kill.
Yeah.
They only just slice themselves, like, and it's like, wait a minute, didn't she say you have to like kill more people for them to power up, not your own blood? And then I guess they go Super Saiyan, and then they start fighting.
Super Saiyan 12.
Yeah, there you go, and they start fighting Lu Bu, and he doesn't really seem to struggle through this movie, which I liked. Is Lu Bu's just kind of like, raw, I'm fucking Lu Bu, don't fuck with me. Anyways, he had to retreat because fucking Dong Zhuo lit the fucking castle on fire. Oh yeah, Dong Zhuo doesn't die in this movie. If you wanted that, no, he doesn't. And basically, Cao Cao comes upon, burnt ass fucking Luo Yang. Lu Bu retreats. He seems pissed about it, and of course he is. But I thought the ending was pretty entertaining, the fighting part.
For the most part, it really wasn't a bad movie.
And then it does a fast forward thing where Liu Bei and Cao Cao are playing like a game of Chinese checkers?
Or chess or something.
Something like that. Some game that we're not too familiar with. But anyways, those two start playing the game. They're talking about what was happening and stuff like that. And Cao Cao's like, who is the true hero of this place? And he was like, Yuan Shao wasn't the hero because he just wanted to take credit. He said Sun Jian wasn't the hero, which that made no damn sense to me because Sun Jian took the seal.
Was really the hero.
Yeah, because he said like he took the seal or whatever, and like
he was foolish.
Yeah, that's basically what Cao Cao said. He said, I think the only 2 heroes were us, and like Liu Bei's like, but you're a selfish dick.
But Cao Cao's also like, take a look in the mirror, you're the same as me, retard.
Yeah, basically, and like. Then again, it was totally meant to be like, yep, sequels are coming. Like, and we thought it was a really good movie. If you're a Dynasty Warriors fan, check it out. You'll like it. You'll like it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Right, and I guess that's our review of Dynasty Warriors the movie, and we'll see you Coonter Splinters next time.
Yo.
Yo.